Hello, and thank you for joining us at XM.com. I'm Christina Marujos. Joining me today is Senior Investment Analyst Rafi Boyajian. We'll be looking at the data reports out of the U.S. for May. So we have the inflation report expected on Wednesday, followed by the U.S. retail sales on Friday. Given the fact that we had a disappointing NFP report last week, what should we be looking at these two reports coming out this week?
Well, we are expecting a small moderation in headline inflation in May. The CPI rate is expected to fall slightly to 1.9%. For the retail sales numbers, which are somewhat more important in terms of indication for the growth in the US, we did see a bit of a dip in retail sales in May, so in the previous month in April. So for May, we're expecting a rebound. So if the numbers do come in as being predicted by analysts, it's unlikely, it might not have a huge impact on the US dollar.
Mm-hmm. Well, the dollar has been facing a rough week, actually. And despite the fact that there's been a halt in the trade war with Mexico, the data last week has been unhelpful, and we've seen the dollar struggling against other major currencies. So how are these reports going to affect the US dollar?
Well, the dollar has been under pressure from rising expectations that the Fed will cut interest rates in the very near future. So any weakness in inflation and the retail sales data would further add those expectations. So we could see the dollar coming under additional selling pressure. On the other hand, if the numbers are pretty much in line with the expectations, the dollar might struggle for direction, and investors might wait and see until next week's policy meeting by the Fed for more clarity on the rate outlook in the US.
Do you believe that the data coming out of the inflation and the retail sales report might act as a tipping point for the Fed to issue a rate cut?
That is certainly possible, especially if we get a very bad retail sales data. But for the time being, it's probably too early for that to happen. The Fed will probably wait for further incoming data before making up its mind on whether or not it needs to cut interest rates.
Rafi Boyajian, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you for watching this Forex Preview video at XM.com.